Officer Tuder and Perez engaged in a scuffle. At some point, Perez pulled a weapon and shot Officer Tuder multiple times.
Well, that's just one of the breaking new developments that we are learning less than 48 hours after a Mobile police officer was killed in the line of duty.
Chief Lawrence Battiste describing more of the events and timeline leading up to the murder of Officer Sean Tuder.
A news conference just this morning to discuss the circumstances leading up to that deadly shooting.
Our Steve Alexander was there at that news conference. He now joins us live from police headquarters. And Steve, with this new information, we now know more about the final moments of Sean Tuder's life.
We do, and among some of the things that we learned today was exactly how Officer Tuder encountered that suspect in the first place, Perez, at the Peach Place Inn Apartments. The chief says that Officer Tuder was undercover, but that his authorities, his supervisors, knew what he was doing. Mobile Police Chief Lawrence Battiste said Officer Sean Tuder was scheduled to be off duty and was undercover Sunday afternoon when he was shot in the parking lot at Peach Place Inn Apartments. Battiste says Officer Tuder got information from an informant, coordinated with an on-duty supervisor, went to the area to apprehend Perez, who was wanted by police, and pulled into the parking lot.
Mr. Perez approached his vehicle at a rapid rate and caused Officer Tuder to have to take action. As a result of that, Officer Tuder and Perez engaged in a scuffle. At some point, Perez pulled a weapon and shot Officer Tuder multiple times.
Battiste didn't say what caused Tuder to take action, but that Tuder did identify himself as a police officer. The chief said Tuder was by himself at the time, that backup was coming, but not there. Battiste also said Tuder was not wearing a bulletproof vest because he was undercover.
Yes, I do know that they've met before. Officer Tuder has been working diligently over the last month to try to take Mr. Perez into custody.
Could surveillance video from the area provide clues?
As we've canvassed the areas, we've only been able to gain surveillance video from one area at this point. You do know that there was the Facebook Live post that were put out there, so that video is out there someplace, but I don't know that if anyone has on the video that they've had the actual shooting itself. And so Officer Tuder would not have been wearing a body cam in his undercover capacity.
And thus there is no body cam video. Of course, the police are not going into details while the investigation is going on about some of the specifics of exactly what happened. For instance, the Facebook Live post, we asked police about that, and they wouldn't talk about exactly what that entailed. Coming up at 5:30, we'll have some more information, including whether or not Officer Tuder was able to return fire. Reporting live from police headquarters, Steve Alexander, Fox 10 News.